What about an album, Nationers? The Idiom album is sitting here in my Dropbox, Nationers. All 17 songs are sitting in here, Nationers. Every single one. Now, Nationers, again, Early Bird, a single. We also have Nationers, which was the first song off this album to be released. No Comment, which we even talked about. We also had A Leap of Faith, Hit or Miss. So, Nationers, here's what we're going to do. We are going to listen to this album for the first time. This is not on any platform. You guys are getting this live right now, by the way. A full album. I don't know. I have not seen one person actually figure out the secret sauce behind it. And it was funny because Corvax, of all people, Corvax, the first day, he was like, man, we're not getting an album to a Jared album until 2026. And I was like, yeah, I'm still working on stuff. Like, maybe. I guess he wasn't wrong. I guess it was not wrong. But then also last night we were talking and Noah was joking. He's like, oh, is it like fact or fiction and whatnot? And I was like, we're going to have a band in here and whatnot, So you guys kind of snuffed some of this out, by the way. This is the box for the 24-hour live stream. My guess was song, album, or music video. Music video would have been kind of cool, but it is an album, Nationers. So it starts off, it's 17 tracks, by the way, which I don't think anyone's been able to figure this out. You guys might be able to figure this out as we go through. But today, Nationers, we're going to actually listen to my album live with you guys. I would love to know your favorite song once we get through this. It's about 50 minutes in length. So, Nationers, song number 1, titled A Jack of All Trades. I also will not be talking during this, so I'll be muted. So feel free to enjoy. I know I got a lot of unfilled potential. I know it's all mental. I'm only competing against myself. I'm on my very own level. No bass, no treble. Different. Nah, man, I'm special. I fight my very own devil. Don't stop, don't settle. I'm still here today, so give me my medal. Cause I got a heart of a giant. I may even go slay Goliath, and I ain't nobody might deny it, but it conquers the siege and become defiant. I'm the jack of all trades that silence many, like walking into a room when the place is heavy. But I'm just checking to see if you staying ready. Any situation you put me in, just know I face many. They always ask me, please, Jared, can you name any? Without a doubt, I know I could, I can name many. I know that feel not being ready. Just know you've seen already, that's how you become legendary. Did it cause I knew I should, not cause I knew I could. But over time the grind became what it would. How could anybody think not to look? I may have not wrote the book, but no, I read it. Cause any competition I had would soon regret it. Many people cannot accept it, and many do not dare attempt it. Cause the difference of being good and being great is the sacrifice you have to make, like being a presidential candidate. Cause being a jack of all trades is having an understanding of what it takes. Being you, standing up for what is true. My biggest fear is not knowing the truth must not be showing. I hear bombs exploding, so I choose to try and expose it. By social standards placed on me, I'm on the verge of insanity, and I rapidly erased my vanity. Never thought once to change my strategy. Gravity can't tame my sanity. Happily fell into a fallacy. That's the history of my tragedy. And sure got the best of me. I sure did some questioning under ears that I deafening. So deafening I learned. I am envious of those who do it better than me. Not just from a vanity but also a catastrophe. I feel as if I'm being outmastered, you see. I paint on the internet, but only if it's a masterpiece. I said it once, ain't nothing catching me. I'll say it twice, but don't have the capacity. Cause it's like understanding the basics of gravity, but this time it doesn't come very naturally. I
I may be rocking the mic, but the name's not Chris. I'm talking to smack about your wife, my last name's not Smith. With a smack your jaw and a chin. When I'm rocking a stab like Jada Kiss, I keep asking myself what day it is. I guess I'm just getting my training in. Just gotta ask if you staying in, cause my vision isn't breaking down. My cards are paying now, some build it up just to break it down. I just wait to know you're playing now. Hesitated but you're shaking now. What else is there to complain about? Cause I hear the greatest now. No fear to be labeled out, cause I'm here to make it loud.
Yeah, Nation. So funny enough, I wrote that last verse. Like I wrote that last verse probably like 2 days after the Chris Rock slap. It was kind of funny. It was kind of funny because I was like, man, I'm like, I have no idea how to end this song. I have no idea. Jack of all trades, by the way, is that song. Song number 1. Of course, there is kind of a segmented reality to it. I'm going to actually come up with I'm going to come out with a genius video, and I'm going to break down like every song bar for bar. So it might be a few hours, but here, nations, you guys get to listen to this live. Obviously, you guys can see all of my notes, like, you know, different verses that did not actually cut, like I just needed to cut from whenever this part ended to then go into this, or like this was another version. Like this was the second verse that was like supposed to overtake this, but I actually didn't like this. So you guys get to see a lot of these because it's just what I wrote. But Jack of all trades, by the way, one of my favorite songs. There's even at the beginning, there's kind of some fun, different creative stuff going on there for those first, like before we start rapping. So if anyone ever deduces that, just know. But I hope you guys enjoyed this song because again, it has kind of a meaning, especially with how this album is structured. Now, I will say this album 1 does have a meaning. There will be lines that feel a little, not out of pocket, but maybe out of line with who I am. As you guys know me, you know, you guys watch these streams, you guys kind of generally understand who I am. There will be lines in here that you're just like, ooh, okay. Like, that doesn't feel like that would be him. Like, is he saying that from his perspective? Is he saying that from like a fictitious place? You know, those are things that maybe to kind of look at as we go through this album. But song number 2 here, Nationers. This song is titled Amateur Hour. Let's give Amateur Hour a listen. Feel free to rate it in the chat too if you guys want.
Jared, it's Coach.
I'm gonna mute.
Wanted to give you a call. And sorry, Jordan in the background. Not very happy because it's far right now. But anyway, I just wanted to check in with you and kind of talk with you a little bit about the decisions that you made. I know it's Saturday, but you are welcome to call me back. If you don't want to call me back this weekend, then just call me on Monday. You know, I just want to get to chat with you a little bit and see why you made the decision that you made. Okay, I love you a lot, and I will talk to you soon.
We all got a relative that we don't understand. Now I got relatives and they don't understand. It's the double standards that we play. We see each other succeeding, but in our own way. Whether it's a friend, a sister, or the mother. Everyone questions what you're doing every step of the way. They don't congratulate you if they win in some way. Never see more incompetence unless it was cliche. I hear it on repeat each time I have to relay each piece of information about what I do in my day to day. I'm just waiting for my time to be my pace so I can repay everyone who believed in me from the first day. Now I'm not talking about those who think they are. I'm only mentioning the ones that made it this far. The superstars, the ones who believe from the beginning. No quitting, some of y'all already wanna be winning. Even without conditions, they saw what they were witnessing. They hold the bar so high for me to keep my position. Cause the opposition is holding up defenses. My admission to my mission is another addition. It's a war of attrition, and I go by definition. Choke holding to submission, a side quest of my mission. To be the next person's competition. It's about the repetition of a self-made petition. think I may have forgotten the exposition. It doesn't really matter that it's missing. I made this for the ones who ain't quitting, cause my opposition is in a hole that they were digging. I need to move on from those who question my ambition, but I just keep on resisting. Something just keeps on existing, but I insist it's nothing more than me being consistent. Something may be itching, but I just dismiss it. But I think it's the survival of the fittest. Something pay me a visit, then it must be crickets. But I continue to remain distant. Someone is telling me I am overly committed to an investment I made over 7 years ago, and it's slowly creeping up just like vertigo. So this is what it's like to be blinded just like Romeo. Now I'm writing solo as if my life is an arpeggio, sliding down here in this note until I understand the scenario.
This song, by the way, titled Amateur Hour. Amateur Hour Nationers, by the way. It's a very, very, very introspection. One of my favorite lines of this is the intro line, by the way. The intro line up here, by the way. We all got a relative that we don't understand. Now I got relatives and they don't understand. You know what I mean? But then another line, I also love this line. I need to move on from those who question my ambition, right? Like it's very, again, introspection. Like you're trying to get a lens into who I am, trying to get a lens into the, I guess, kind of the mindset that I am coming in with. You know what I mean? So it's funny because this beat's actually a G Herbo beat. I don't know if you guys know who G Herbo is. It's a G Herbo beat. I will be completely honest. I have had some issues clearing this. So that's why all of this is not on streaming services as of right now. My goal was to get this up on streaming services the night of so that we could celebrate today on YouTube and whatnot. Or on YouTube and on Spotify. But it was this song. So I need to reach out and get this song cleared. So this is the only song that's giving me tiffs. And it seems like you guys do like it. It's definitely, the beat is definitely not something that I listen to, but I think it's a different take on like a style like this, because like G Herbo is like it's a lot deeper, like kind of not mumble rap-ish, but definitely more towards that. But I think also just the introspection that you see here with a lot of the lyrics. But yeah, this one of my favorite songs. It was one of the last songs I recorded for the album. So yeah, these next two, song number 2 and song number 3 were my last 2 songs. I was like super dreading them because they were so out of pocket. Like they were so different than like songs that I like normally make. I was like, I have no idea how to tackle this. Let's tackle the music that I know how to make and can at least do. So I'm really glad that you guys do enjoy this song, because it means a lot to me, because this song definitely meant a lot when I wrote it. And it also had 2 different endings. Like I couldn't figure out, there was these 3 bars. There's too many bars for the lyrics and whatnot. Also, I don't know if you guys know what an arpeggio is. Think about it like scales in music. So the one thing is, somebody's telling me I'm overly invested to an investment I made over 7 years ago, and it's slowly creeping up just like vertigo. Mind you, I wrote this 4 years ago. When did I write this? When did I start writing this? I started writing this in March of 2022. So that gives you some, some idea on when this was. But then also, so this is what it's to be like to be blinded just like Romeo. Now I'm writing solo as if my life is in arpeggio, sliding down, hearing each note until I understand the scenario. So in arpeggio, you're supposed to hear each lyric. You're supposed to hear each note, because like an arpeggio, because you're sliding down, hearing each note until I understand the scenario. So it's like very intentionally like nice and staccato and whatnot. I go, why does D-Mac keep getting auto-mod? I keep seeing the messages. Much love, by the way, D-Mac. So this entire last verse means a lot. So feel free to deep dive into it, like once the album is actually out. And I think I'm going to try and get these lyrics put on Genius so you guys can actually see them. And I'm going to create a video, by the way, like I mentioned, breaking down song by song. So if there's like a song that you enjoy and you really want to hear why I wrote it, or why it, is what it is. I've been taking notes over the last like 2 or 3 years of actually writing this music. And I really wanted to kind of remember what I had going on. Nationers, my throat is gone. The next song here is titled Rock Bottom. Oh gosh. So we start off with Jack of All Trades. We then go to Amateur Hour, and now we go into Rock Bottom here, Nationers. Let's give it a listen. I'm going to mute up. Enjoy.
Wanna know something personal that I never had the chance to speak about? Well, I'll just keep it simple. August of 2019, there was a girl that was around. I know the attraction was physical, though I was stuck in the middle of being drowned. And being another guy that felt so little, it felt as if even on two separate continents, that the contents of the situation only brought more grief and no sensation. Only since the payment was for reparations, it felt like the recession of 2019, if you know what I mean. I was at my all-time lowest, like clock not knowing it was still had its lowest, but I noticed and I had to put a plan in motion to try and remain focused, cause I knew if I didn't, she would become another rock in my ocean. But then came Halloween when I heard the words, let's be friends. Just like that, everything felt like a blur. It was the first time I truly felt her, wondering if I was truly hers. I had to even look at pictures to see what we really were. Damn. I sometimes find it hard to express my emotions. People always ask, how's life going? I always have to think, if I'm misspoken, based on my actions, I wonder where the wind is blowing. Who else is hiding their real emotions? That's just how society has us going. I wonder who else think they've been misspeaking. Based on their reactions, I found out where the wind was blowing. Every single moment spent dreaming made me lose my focus until I noticed I'd done you wrong. I had no idea what was going on. The separation between us wasn't just from all the fights, the late nights, and the breakdowns, but because of your home being torn down. I hope you know I understand where you are coming from. I didn't understand then, I was too young, but that very moment did teach me a valuable lesson, to never judge and point the finger. We all battling with something deeper, something bigger. There's always a silver lining if you let it linger. So don't be a stranger, they might just be your savior, and do not waver. They might understand your behavior and may be safer. Therapy might do me a favor. Hasta la vista, cause I may not see you later.
DMAC 100%. So the beat actually is sad XXX. It's a sad XXX beat. I didn't intentionally look it up. I just looked up like sad music, and it happened to be this one and whatnot. I love the ending to that song. So like, oh man, I loved it. I wrote this one. I started writing this one back in January 2022. This song's been done for a very long while. I have not touched it ever since. Like, there's a few songs that I've like come back and like rewritten a lyric or two, but this one I've like not really touched. This one was very difficult to record because it's like very freestyle stanza and whatnot. By the way, Tex, also I appreciate the comment before the last comment, by the way. I do. This one, oh, Rock Bottom, man. What a crazy, and obviously, talking about like a past relationship and, kind of putting that into perspective. Yeah, this one definitely probably has the most like, maybe like, you're like, like when you start thinking about it, you know what I mean? Right, in 2019, so I broke up with my ex and was going through, and ex was relatable, and like, obviously, like you mentioned, you immediately noticed, like, I didn't listen to a whole lot of pre-X, like, one of my favorite X songs was Jocelyn Flores. Flores? That one. I really like that song. By the way, C-Better, welcome back. We're only song 3 into the Idioms album, by the way, just to put that into perspective. We are only song number 3 in it, so do not worry. You have not missed much, C-Matter. You missed 2 songs, Jack of All Trades and Amateur Hour, but we are releasing an album, by the way, a 17-song album. But by the way, Tex, good night, by the way. Thank you again so much for being here. I know it's late. Hopefully the spicy apple juice hopefully does not keep you down, by the way. Nationers, One of my favorites, Early Bird. Coming up, song number 4. Nation's Early Bird. We gotta reel this one in. I know this is some of your guys' favorite. So let's go ahead and reel in some Early Bird. Love this song. Absolutely love this song. You guys have heard this song before? Maybe. Hope you guys have. This was also a song I had no idea how to start, but once I started, I was booling. I wrote this chorus probably in like 5 minutes. It's not super hard.
Wanna know what's going on in your life? Gotta focus on mine. Gotta focus on mine. Yeah. You wanna know what's going on in your life? Gotta focus on mine. Gotta. I wanna know what's in all the hot times. Through all the hot times. Through all the hot times. Yeah. I wanna know what's in all the hot times. Through all the hot times. Through all the hot times. Make sure the early bird eats first. Hot times. Make sure the word search is in reverse. Can't be heard if you don't do your research. Completely complimentary to the work. What I mean by this is that if you start to make sure to find a way to eat. If you starting better, make sure you find your feet. If you hoping to make sure to find a way to be. If you scoping, you better make sure you find your seat. Cause without the hunger, the drive, and the imagination, you ain't never gonna get far from the station. Nothing is ever gonna change. Do you hear what I'm saying? Hard times brings out what you truly facing. So it's time to embrace the face of reality of your imagination. No shame in tasting, just know it's not better when aging. Now it's time to take the stage and deliver your presentation. You wanna know what's going on in your life? Gotta focus on mine. Gotta focus on mine. Yeah. You wanna know what's going on in your life? Gotta focus on mine. Gotta. I wanna know what's in all the hot times. Through all the hot times. Through all the hot times. Yeah. I wanna know what's in all the hot times. Through all the hot times. Through all the hot times. Make sure we are blessed to be alive. We soon realize we might have to sacrifice and be concise about what we want to do in life. Cause the drive within is what truly is the hard times. Just know we all go through it. We sunk a few shits, but we soon get used to it. But it only really matters how you view it. Yeah, don't matter even if you're new to it. Hard times, dark times, sunshine. That's life. We all thrive, we all cry, we all die. That's life. That's yours. That's mine. That's ours. That's life. Celebrate highs and lows and everything. That's right. Cause we already start from one. Even from day one, the grind has only begun. Time to ask yourself what you truly want from. That's the dawn when you find what you truly want done. Each and every one of us is a different equation. For me, it's all about changing the nation. For others, it's about finding a way to get to the station. Cause all of us are only living our imagination. Don't suffer for other people's validation. Enjoy the process and knowing what you want to be chasing. Remain patient. Don't forget to keep tasting. Cause you're the only one who knows what you truly create.
As you can tell, I thought about adding another chorus on the back end, by the way. This, I thought about it. Obviously, I did, Nationers. I did not. I also have some little notes here. Big drop needs to be vibe, maybe a chorus. Like, I kind of knew what I wanted, where I wanted it. Obviously, chirp, gotta get that work. Gotta be the first, like the early bird, because I was like, I need like a double. All night I just stay up every day until my day's up. Said, Mama, don't want to wake up. But like a phone call. This song, and yeah, Estrella, not much of a rapping type song. Fan of rapping type songs, but I do like Early Bird and Nationers and Leap of Faith. I'm glad, because I even feel with kind of those styles, songs that I obviously have released, they're not like rappy rap songs, but they definitely, I hope that you can see the vision with it. This is kind of insane. This song did not take me very long to write. I spent probably a good hour on it. Funny enough, as you guys might see here, it says 132 and then it says 154, repeat chorus 2. So when I was playing the music back, initially. So actually the start of verse 2 is actually the start of chorus as well. So they actually over aligned, because what I was doing is when I was recording or when I was listening it back and trying to see if it all flowed, I started at 132, got the chorus done, and then I did half of the core of the verse 2, and then it transitioned into the bridge. And I was like, what happened? When I was writing it, I actually had it wrong. I had it completely wrong. So I had to take this, copy it here in the instrumental of this, and put it here, and then I had to put this back. It was a whole thing. So I basically had to copy and I had to extend it because I wrote it wrong. Because I was like, now I need to fit a chorus in here that there's no place for a chorus. So kind of funny how that one all transpired. But Nationers, we head into song number 5, titled Devil's Advocate. I think you guys might like this song. This one's probably a little bit more of a freestyle type of song, but I think you guys will like the very end part of it. I listen to the lyrics, especially on that back part. It's got a lot. This one's got a lot of references, by the way. But Estrella, I'm super happy that you enjoy songs like Early Bird and Nationers and Leap of Faith. A little bit of that different style of rap. By the way, Jokic fan, welcome back on the YouTube stream. I know Pork and Blue have heard this song. I know that for a fact.
I just gotta
check 1, 2.
check 1, 2. It's nice going into a debate, knowing both sides of the equation. Reinforce the narrative that was taken. Now you see, that's what I was afraid of. Don't want to have the case of being basic, but the tough race keeps me very patient. Might be out of line like a tie rotation. I think I'm out of lines for the occasion. Cause the uncomfy cushion keeps me pushing. Maybe pushing buttons without looking. Now I understood what the rock was cooking. Divided stars like we squatted up in Brooklyn. Underestimate the power of what it should have been. I like them, don't want to leave any question. Leave you with answers for your digestion. Now a piece for my digression. Now this is where you learn your lesson. Preacher singing, learning to be the reverend. Devils turning, only burning, no one's earning. But the chapel wanna see lesson. Balancing the holy balance, being what I gamble at the Caesar's palace scene. Proceed to leave her running to a pattern never seen. As I remember last year on Halloween, I was amazed to hear the efforts I just seen. To believe a story that I sip and never believe. Could be hurt in my eyes and here's and everything in between. The fearless Chad bounced, but he stuck with me longer than the queen. Like what is this technically supposed to be? But based on the events that I just seen, I feel like I'm in a video where I just seen. But if I am Pinocchio, what he said would the best lie to me. Sadly, this is what many actually strive to be. The best high school fiend. That's what people really like to be. Stand up to stand down, just to pick a fight with me. And that's fine with me, cause my actions tell Emin I'm in the right, you see. It's like sibling rivalry. And I finally achieved everything I put my mind to be. Oh, so quietly I move silently just for me to lose my privacy. Hell, someone made us die with me. I'm telling the answers with zero irony. I may think I speak it very wisely, but in my mind it is not very likely. I may hit but still miss, that's precisely. That's the way it was designed to be. Something may just come to mess with my psyche. Cause we live in a society where closed doors means more open. And I'm not open to be the one closing. The word poet is a lost omen. Roaming around to be the one chosen. Only one person to see the world flowing. Oh God, hope the property isn't foreclosing. As if the full emotion of a full oceans isn't slowing. But time to tell to see how we all going. But time to tell to see how we all going. Yeah.
By the way, Carter, welcome back on the YouTube stream. How are you doing today? So great to see you in here. Nationers, Devil's Advocate, song that I started writing in February of 2022. A lot of songs started in February of 2022, or just 2022 in general. But yeah, this song, super fun. I remember like writing it and I was like, man, this was, it felt good. And then I kind of got to this end portion. I was like, man, how do I write this end portion? And I was like, I kind of wanted this song to kind of feel like it lulls you into a trance. And so that's why, like, because we live in a society, it basically just continues the same rhyme, but then it's like a big kind of 180. And it's like, because we live in a society where closed doors means more open, and I'm not open to be the one closing. The word poet is a lost omen, roaming around to be the one chosen. Only one person to see the world floating. Oh God, I hope his property isn't foreclosing. So the full motion of a full oceans is a slowing. But time will tell to see how we all going. But time will tell to see how we all going. Yeah, I also didn't know if I wanted to do it again. There was a whole bunch. This was when I first wrote this, it was bad. Have you ever played devil's advocate? Might be the worst catalyst to sinking your own battleship, even if you're talented like a 17-year-old graduate. And it wasn't even on accident. It's just like I wanted to know if you could handle it, like a candlestick sitting on the mantle. Then it burns your hand to be branded as the worst candidate. It's not bad, but it's like it had no flow, especially with what the beat was offering me. That was the first initial 8 bars that I wrote, and I said, yeah, we're not doing that. I just kind of sat in there. I was like, man, this is really bad. Like this kind of felt like we were taking a step back in a way, if you know what I mean. Kind of taking a step back. So pretty funny that's what was going on. But yeah, I really enjoy this song. It's song number 5, by the way, on the album Idiom, or it's actually Idioms. It's actually the album is titled Idioms, by the way. It's not Idiom. But Nationers, I think you guys might like. If you guys liked Amateur Hour and Rock Bottom, this beat is probably like halfway there. It's like meet in the middle. You know what I mean? This song I really like, Nationers. Titled Left on Red, song number 6, Nationers. How do we like the album so far? Let me know in the chat. Oh.
47 shots.
Yeah. Understand what it's like to run from your problems. So much easier running high than to solve them. Still waiting on the day that you and I will blossom, but we just kept on falling away to rock bottom. Was the cause of this because the paper in my wallet? So you cut me off like Batman did Robin. Now I'm left alone with red on my phone. How do I get blown off from friend zone? So many times I've been left on red. So many answers left unsaid. So many moments that I felt so upset, but decided to listen to my auto end. So many times I've been left on red. So many answers left unsaid. So many moments that I felt so upset, but decided to listen to my auto end. Live with no regret and sing for the moment, cause I know I may not be the chosen one. Yet my heart is cold and you're the one who froze it. Better hope you don't know that I know since you're the one who folded and left me unanswered. Now what it was supposed to be, when my own and what can't even stay close to me. So can we find out what happens when we need to be coupled up and buy our groceries? But another problem comes up hourly, like a sports scout. You just doubted me, hoping to find somebody you don't like. Now I got everyone bothering me, so you tell the world so proudly they don't want to see my downfall. You see, this is what it was prolonged to be. No call from me to you, now you just envy me. So many times I've been left on red. So many answers left unsaid. So many moments that I felt so upset, but decided to listen to my auto end. So many times I've been left on red. So many answers left unsaid. So many moments that I felt so upset, but decided to listen to my auto end. Put down the phone, we should have sent a text. She only wonder who's coming after. She got up and left. Spend the rest of her time jumping to another ex. Heart broken in two and shakes another misstep. At one point, I was a cure and the problem. Try and avoid it, but it's pretty uncommon. Since a petty little sign, saw it in the back garden. The sign states that I was born number 7. After Darren and right before Kevin, but I can't complain since together they were 4 and a 7. Added up the math, the dish was reading 11. I hope the song teaches her a very valuable lesson, as if she were the student and it was my profession. Say you better listen, cause class in a session. I'm really teaching her up to freshen up after text before going to date in the fruit and vegetable section. Only glance, not a chance, like who is your mans? Who wears the pants? He polite enough to ask for this dance. No hoes, no rose, perhaps no plan for the romance. I have a chance. Okay, let me get this right. When I ask what you're doing tonight, you say not you, cause our future ain't looking too bright. But ask him over so I can say goodnight and bye-bye. Now look at the one who could've stood by my side.
I like the endings to all my songs. I mean, I wrote them like I maybe there's a little bias behind that, but I like the endings to a lot of my songs because I feel like, you know, you kind of hit that flow state and then you finish the song and it's like, man, that's the ending. And yeah, I really like this ending. I like kind of one of my favorite lines at the point I was the cure and the problem, right? I like that. Yeah, I wrote this song. When did I start writing this one? This was in 2020. Yeah, so this would have been a year after, like roughly a year after. I remember, okay, this is starting to come back to me. So obviously in Rock Bottom, you heard that me and my girlfriend in high school had broken up on Halloween. So this is about a year later, and I was kind of reliving that thought. And I was like, man, I gotta get something off my chest. So this one was like kind of shortly after, because I released Fact or Fiction in June of 2020. This one, obviously written in October, so a few months after. And I was like, man, I need to get something off my chest. And that was this song here. I think it took me a few months to really like hone this song in, especially this part. I've rewritten this back half a ton. But yeah, I really like this ending. No hoes, no rose, perhaps there's no plan for the romance to have a chance. Okay. I like that one. Like that's there's some pretty fun creative lyrics that I really like in that. So yeah, one of my favorite songs on the album. I mean, I like all these songs, Nation. There's not a song that I'm like, man, I would not play. But again, I feel like that's how music should kind of be, right? Like that's how music should kind of be. You know what I mean? Like that's why you make music. Like that's why. This, Nationers, probably a little different than what you guys call me evil, but heartbreak songs bring out the best creativity in music. And I think also kind of with that, I love songs that come from heartbreak. I think part of it is because it's so personal. It's not like a fictitious, you're not like speaking something that's not true, right? When let's say like rappers, for instance, you a lot of things, yeah, sure, maybe are real, some aren't, but you could kind of understand, especially more heartbreak songs that you're saying, D-Mac, things like that. By the way, oh my word. By the way, thank you so much to you. NGN Tavern, by the way, thank you so much for the $5 dono. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to add the $5 here for you real quick. Absolutely insane, NGN. Thank you so much for the $5. Nationers, can we get some 07s up in chat for NGN Tavern? NGN actually rated me on day 1, if I'm not wrong. And now on day 4 of this 72-hour live stream, he is back donating to Family Promise of Spokane. Thank you again, by the way. Absolutely insane. NGN, much love out to you. I hope that you are doing well, first and foremost. I also wanted to say, Carter, yeah, we're definitely not alone in this one. I think a lot of people definitely go through a lot of the exact same experiences in a lot of ways. And I think with what Left Unread kind of was, that was kind of that. You just kind of like, I wanted that to be known that, yeah, like it wasn't like, hey, I think Rock Bottom's more of that, if that makes sense. I'm also looking for more things. If you ever do another VIP Amazon thing, I think it would be fun to do like a $500, like maybe like a $500 like Amazon thing. I think that'd be kind of fun to do. You know what I mean? I know Ludwig's done a few Amazon things. Obviously, the budget there's a little bit more, but I think it would be fun. So, with that being said, Nationers, we are heading into song number 7, titled Yesterday's News. Also, March 8th, 2025, you'll find out why after we give this song a listen. Sorry, I cut myself off. Jesus.
Going crazy.
This is in the limelight with a regard to the hindsight. Dishing it out when the time's right. Cause I'm doing this on my time. Patience rock by my side. Confidence like it's prime time. Wanna know what my life like? Tough cause we ain't like mine. Supposed to film like a bright light. Tapping at the piece like a blind sight. Now I see you sitting on the sideline. I'm watching unfinished timeline. Never stuttering on the limelight. No, I'm just covering up my right eye. Still believe in that I'm Einstein. This is just part of the highlight. I'm really trying to figure out what's next, but others be focused on my last breath. They know I'm not talking about my death, I'm talking about all my progress. Cause see me sitting where I am right now, what has got you raising both your eyebrows? I feel as if this may go south, that's the best no honor right now. But all this yesterday's news, others trying to make it all new, but it just happens to be real. Trying to shoot the dial just to change the tune. Not sorry about an ego being abused. I don't know the narrative to be abused. No, I'm sorry for anyone being confused. It's like being cousins twice removed. I try not to get caught up in the highs and lows, but at the end of it all, at least say congratulations, cause I am losing patience. But while I keep you waiting, I must ask if your life's changing or ask if you're mistaken, cause if I was gone, would you rethink? Still do the same thing on repeat? Shot a slander ain't that deep. Refocus where you place your energy. Trying to build my very own legacy. My one day seed on jeopardy. The threats on me continuously show the empathy and love you have for me. But what I show so far is only half of me. The rest isn't finished, nor will be complete. No reason for me to be pleased, even though I already have achieved everything I put my mind to be. Cause everything that I have dreamed has come and gone, but forgot to read. So I reach further until I succeed. This is just part of the highlight. Still believing that I'm Einstein. No, I'm covering up my right eye. Now I'm stuttering on the limelight. I'm watching unfinished timeline. Now it's you sitting on the sideline. Type masterpiece like a blind sight. Expose the film like a bright light. Tough cause we ain't like mines. Wanna know what my life like? Confidence like it's prime time. Patience right by my side. Cause I'm doing this on my time. Dishing it out when the time's right. With regard to the hindsight. This is art in the limelight.
Nation, one of my oh my gosh, one of my favorite songs on this album. I try to channel my I was thinking of like those Travis Scott, like I was trying to channel that energy. Just crazy. Mind you, this is also Travis Scott's also on the album, on this video thumbnail. But need a fire truck for these songs because they're fire. Thank you, by the way, Daniel, for the kind words. This song, mind you, it also looks like, I wrote it in March 8th of 2025. That is actually not true. I created this on that date, but actually, this song is dated all the way back to October 6th of 2021. The old beat to this actually sounded like this. It actually sounded way different. This is what the beat sounded like. Let's see. Hold on. Wait. 31. It's right here. This is hot in the limelight. With a regard to the hindsight. Dishing it out when the time's right. It sounds way different than if we were to go here, right? And go to 28 and go... This is hot in the limelight, with a regard to the hindsight. Dishing it out when the time's right, cause I'm doing this on my time. Patience right by my side, confidence like it's prime time. Wanna know what my life like? Tough cause we ain't like mines. You know what I mean? Like way different. I kept hearing, so funny enough, I don't know if you guys remember, we actually tried freestyling on this beat. I had this beat for quite some time and we actually tried freestyling on it. Way back in the day, like maybe a year ago. And I was sitting in a Fred Meyer's parking lot listening to this beat because the yesterday's news, I was like, man, this is gonna be the worst song on the album. I was like, I don't want like a dud. I need, if I can do better, then I need to do better. If I feel like I've exhausted every output, then like I've done my job. Funny enough, I'm sitting in the Fred Meyer's parking lot, Nationers. And I was listening to this beat and I was just like, what about if I just like sing the yesterday's news onto this beat? And I was like, I sat there, March 8th of 2025 was like, this was cinema. This was cinema. You know what I mean? Like this was absolute cinema. So this is the official version, the one that you guys heard this beat. Crazy beat, by the way. So super funny because, and then also funny enough, the old beat, that Al Pacino, there's a whole sample to it. I was approached by a friend of mine from Creator Now, and he made music, and he was like, man, I really want to make a song for Iraq. And he reached out to me because he knew that I had made music, and I was like, yeah, let's make something. I found that beat. It was actually a mafia type beat. That's why Al Pacino, all of that. That's why it kind of sounds like semi-mysterious, semi-grainy. And that actually, I ended up using that because we ended up not doing the song. So I used that beat actually to write yesterday's news. Or actually, no, that's wrong. We used a beat and then there was a sequel to the beat and I used a sequel to the beat to write it. And then I was like, yeah, I didn't really like it. And then March 8th of 2025, I was like, man, I need to change this beat. I just sung the lyrics onto this because I was like, I think it might work. And it worked out perfectly. Like I didn't have to change the beat at all. I changed a few lyrics just to kind of make it a little bit more concise because it was a little faster. But generally, that was it. This is my favorite song on the album, by the way. Favorite song. I say that about every song, but this is my favorite song on the album. By the way, respectfully, we need to do better at connecting as a community. It's a pleasant surprise. Safe to say this is what was revealed at 10. Right. You know, and I think, you know, we grow up, we learn different things, and I think we become different humans. You know, we got to get back to the basics, Carter. Could be an accidental remix. Sounds cool, though. I appreciate that. It's one of these songs that I fell in love with when I first started creating it, and I was like, oh, man. Nationers, song number 8. Nationers, come on. Reload it!
This prize about to dress the nation. Had to wear a hoodie for the occasion. How high is the elevation of the bar? The nationals keep raising. Name a time, man, location. Cause the top is a destination. It will be a standing ovation for all of us and our celebration. Yeah, established in 2014 from a video. Now you might hear us on your radios. Picture perfect vision in a cameo. This is how it goes. Cause we are on a roll. Not stop until we hit our goals. Now it's time to turn up your stereos. Cause we're making noise in all our shows. Who's got a pocket full of patience? Who's got a pocket full of elation? Who's rocking a body of embracing? Who's rocking a hand of a nation? Cause I wanna know who's the realest. I wanna know how high is the ceiling. So please show me what energy you bringing. Cause I really wanna know how you feeling. This prize about to dress the nation. Had to wear a hoodie for the occasion. How high is the elevation of the bar? The nationals keep raising. Name a time, man, location. Cause the top is a destination. It will be a standing ovation for all of us and our celebration. Yeah, the song tunes down, the place is heavy, but all the nationers all looking ready. Each and every one of us about to pop confetti, celebrate cause we have already won already. Pose with the piece on the camera film, show we at peace and still got stamina still. Trust we want us as the main appeal, know we want the top, so let's make it real. Who's got a pocket full of patience? Who's got a pocket full of elation? Who's rocking a body of embracing? Who's rocking a hand of a nation? Cause I wanna know who's the realest. I wanna know how high is the ceiling. So please show me what energy you bringing. Cause I really wanna know how you feeling. This prize about to dress the nation. Had to wear a hoodie for the occasion. How high is the elevation of the bar? The nationals keep raising. Name a time, man, location. Cause the top is a destination. It will be a standing ovation for all of us and our celebration. Yeah.
The lyrics on here are wrong. The lyrics on here are so wrong. Oh, yeah, the hook's supposed to go in here. I was like, where's the feeling part? I don't read it. I was like, I don't remember the song ending like this. That's so funny. I even have the lyrics wrong on here, Nationers. That's so funny. I was so confused, by the way, Nationers. I was genuinely so confused. I was sat there and I was like, this doesn't, what I'm reading is not what I'm hearing. Anywho, Nationers. It's funny, kind of funny because, you know, how to wear the hoodie for the occasion. I mean, we're here for the 72-hour live stream with a brand new Nationer Gamer Club merch collection on nationmerch.com. Use code EARLYBIRD. It runs out on this weekend. By the way, Corvax, welcome back, by the way. Nationers, song number 9. We are more than halfway done with the album. By the way. We are listening to No Comments. By the way, Corvax, what was the surprise? Well, the surprise was my album, by the way, Corvax. Funny enough, on day one, you're like, man, we're not getting a Jared album until 2025 or 2026. And I was like, he knows too much. I was like, how the frick did he predict that? I had to play it off Cool, Calm, and Collected. Yeah, you predicted it. I don't know how you predicted it. Anywho, Nationers, let's head to song number 9, titled No Comment.
comment. Nah, the comment, to face somebody with no context, no comment. Shot it down on the graze the sky like a comet, no comment. I promise to make you feel like you're honest, no comment. It's nonsense to say that you aren't even astonished. It has come to my attention that you seek a very important answer. How dare I forget to mention that I'm not the one you should have went after, so you pose the question. I strike it down with those hands, but now you stuck in heaven, and the room fills with laughter. This is proclamations, hit a Jora joke. Remember this time and stay afloat, cause it is a different art control. What is woke with the cities across the globe? Watch your smiles or crack the code. Make a bank from all of those who have a pose, waiting for the next person who can't provoke. Turn it back against me and the curse are closed. No comment, nah, the comment, to face somebody with no context, no comment. Shot it down on the graze the sky like a comet, no comment. I promise to make you feel like you're honest, no comment. It's nonsense to say that you aren't even astonished. Still want to question me like a recipe must be a necessity, especially when you try testing me, and it only brings out the best of me. See you begging for an answer. I ain't here kind about my last chapter. My pep the glass when you try and shatter. It doesn't fresh, the plan doesn't matter. But walk the walk, if you talk the talk, and don't get caught when you get crossed. Send your thoughts before 5 shots, and read the room before the last one off. Thought you were a dope dude until I heard that you wrote news. Must got you a broke tooth, and you really still don't know the truth. The answer still no comment. It was just we friends, but let's be honest, you could get your comment at the farmer's market. If you don't get it, you change your topic like what's new and who's the hottest. Listen, man, I'm your only target. You probably lies me in your closet. I know you think of me when I say no comment. Nah, the comment, to face somebody with no context, no comment. Shot it down on the graze the sky like a comet, no comment. I promise to make you feel like you're honest, no comment. It's nonsense to say that you aren't even astonished. All to see a headless states with a full of grass. Some never received a threat till the front lines came from that. Question it from the butt of a joke like a cigarette without smoke. Just buzzing when the fire stokes. And about was a mile opposed. But dope just gave him the high dose. On a different level just like riders clothes. No comment that leaves me with no option to leave them with no caption. What leads them to take action. No reaction would give no traction. So they drove out the cliff and the needle would fasten. A different abstraction in front of the cabin. Always time to rush your action. But I'm the assassin. Take a leap of faith just for the passion. No comment. Not a comment to face somebody with no context. No comment. Shot down on the graze the sky like a comet. No comment. I promise to make you feel like you're honest. No comment. It's nonsense to say that you aren't even astonished. No comment. No.
No comment. No comment. No comment. Yeah. Yep. There's no comment. Obviously, a single that we dropped. This was, I think, was this the second single that we dropped? I don't remember, actually. Was it the second single? Maybe it was. Regardless, Nationers, very, very, very cool. No comment. One of my favorite songs. This was the first song that I actually truly wrote a chorus to. I was like, okay, I need to think about a chorus. Like, I can't just keep coming up with these man. This was one of the first songs that I actually came up with a chorus to. Obviously, it kind of worked pretty well. Obviously, no comment. There's ideas behind publicity and the paparazzi, all of that good stuff. I don't deal with paparazzi, but again, this song kind of fits into the context of the album so far, the middle of the album so far. Again, I like No Comment a lot. One of my favorite lines is on a different level, just like writer's quotes, because how you write quotes, Nationers. You write there's periods, and then there's the normal letter, and then there's writer's quotes. There's quotes, right? And then also I like this, the no comment that leaves them with no option, to leave them with no caption, what leads them to the action or reaction would give no traction. Like they drove off the cliff and they need to unfasten. I was like, man, what would happen if you drove off a cliff? That's why I also like the bar that did not make it is right into the canyon. That was the original lyric. So taking a leap of faith right into the canyon. Like I'm the assassin, something right into the canyon. I could not, when I was recording this, I could not say this line. I was like, man, I'm struggling. So I decided, I was like, okay, I'm just going to rewrite the line. And I rewrite it. And this actually follows a lyric in Word of Mouth, song number 15 of the album. But before we get there, we got to head into song number 10, titled Humble Beginnings. Kind of crazy, Nationers. Humble Beginnings? How do you guys like, well, you guys have probably heard No Comment before, but how do you guys like Humble Beginnings? Let's see here. I think you guys might like this one a lot.
Look, I came from being bullied and being different. Conquer the haters or traitors, they always missing. Got the audience who stays undefeated. Part of my crazy dreams under one condition. That never look back to the same path. Tap to the elements that brought me here. That don't get trapped in the train crash. Strapping the M, I gotta fight the fear. Might be different or a plane crash. Tapping the clouds of the atmosphere. Can't see we're flying in the same class. Sounds good about me, but time of year. Hey, okay. When you want me to take a holiday, celebrate when I done achieve. To this day, but who's to say I don't wanna play? My time is done, but that saying is far away. It's the beginning of the end, and I don't want to make amends. About time I put my mind on the pad and the pen. I'm not here to make friends. I got a few people that I command, and many that will take offense. Don't mean to ask me to play pretend. I'm done with that, cause I know your words are full of crap. There's a reason I write this rap. Many times I did defend but fell trapped to another backstab. This time I didn't wear a back pass. The fact that I got laughed at, better tighten up my backpack, and y'all better not glance back. But just gives you flashbacks. I'll get just in the last dance. But when everyone's writing solo, that's when your true color show. I'm riding the backseat on the color show. Y'all feeling sober, now your true color show. Oh, we working out how things turning out. Do you really want to work it out? I'm feeling a sense of doubt. Are we at another roundabout? How about we turn around and find another route? Maybe the scenic route? Should've planned this before we left the house. It's a wrong turn, now we heading south. I made forgot what was in our wedding vows. So what else are we gonna think about? Do we really need to doubt? Plant the seed right in the ground. Watch it grow and watch it sprout. Watch it crumble cause you feed it down. I feel like the one you try to single out, cause without a doubt we won't find the middle ground. What was that when I was around? It was time to separate the real from the fake. So come and make me try and take a second take on this tape. I spelled out like the name is great. Too bad in the fit on my license plate. Suppose I forgot to light the cake to celebrate my 21st birthday. The humble beginnings are what keeps me winning. The humble beginnings are what keeps me grinding. The humble beginnings are what keeps on giving. The humble beginnings are what keeps on kicking. Take me back when I was riding a bike, but I had no road, no guide, just myself until I became 13 years old. The humble beginnings take me back when I didn't know the wrong from the right, nothing left but everything gone unless it was white. The humble beginnings take me back when I had longer hair than most of the girls. The finest happy, now it's common in most of the world. The humble beginnings, I don't want to back or look past it as if it's tense just like the future. The only present I have is the one I wish would come sooner.
Nationers, I have no hair, so yeah. Back when I had longer hair than most of the girls. I used to have hair. I shaved it this stream. God, that was like 36 hours ago. By the way, Dust TV, welcome back. By the way, Flippy, welcome in. Tiger Star, how are you doing today? Nationers, that was song number 10, Humble Beginnings, on my new album, Idioms, out very soon. Humble Beginnings here, as you can see, March 18th, 2021. It was funny. I wrote this. When did The Last Dance come out? Last Dance TV series. When did this one come out? Aired in April of 2020. Okay, yeah. I think I was thinking about The Last Dance when I wrote this line. You know what I mean? I think I was thinking of this one. By the way, NGN, I was going to say, I remember seeing you with an impressive head of hair last time. Thank you. I'm glad that you find it to be impressive because, you know, you never really know what's gone. You know what I mean? So is he trying to call us bald because all I see is a bald man? I mean, yeah, that's true. That I wrote this lyric back when I had longer hair than most of the girls. Defined as happy, that was common to most of the world. That's like getting called gay as a kid, right? Defined as happy because, you know, like, oh, like gay just means happy, right? Like as a kid, when I had long hair, like you just get called gay all the time because you have long hair, right? That's the reason I write this lyric in particular, right? But then, you know, you're thinking about the humble beginning. You're thinking about your childhood. You're thinking about like, you know, you trying to be a sponge and trying to understand the world. I also had a nice little homage to the Color Show. So a few Color Show references here, you know, but whenever one's writing solo, that's when your true color show. I'm riding in the backseat on the Color Show. Y'all feeling sober? Now your true color show. Oh, we working out? How things turning out? Do you really want to work it out? If you guys watch the Color Show, you guys might know these three songs. This is Little Sim's Backseat on the Color Show. The first song that I listened to by Little Sims was The Backseat. The first song that I listened to by Malia is Sober. Now that I'm sober, I don't think I said sober, right? And then my first ever JID song that I ever heard was actually Working Out on the Color Show. I saw it on Instagram. So yeah, always say he's coming out of the cloud. That is not what that means. It's not what that lyric means. Just because you get called gay does not make you gay. Anywho, Nationers, let's head into song Number 11, A Leap of Faith. You guys have heard this song. You guys know. The Color Show put me on to so many bangers. Exactly. All three of those ones I have. I'm like, oh, man, amazing. Maybe Nation, or maybe one of these songs ends up on The Color Show. We had in song number 11 titled A Leap of Faith. Funny enough, the beat for this, by the way, is actually a freestyle beat. It's actually a freestyle beat. I just used it as a song. Because I found it, I liked it, I had to go for it. I had to do what was right in my heart. I have no hair. I'm so bald, guys.
The goal hardness, the put heart in this, be smart with this, and put my mark on this, and my part in this, maybe don't stop in this. Yeah. The goal hardness, the put heart in this, gotta be smart with this, and my mark on this, and my part in this, maybe don't stop in this. The knob of the coach, I feel like I something I already told you. But didn't decide on when I was gonna suffer, even if I was gonna. Even if I did, I knew that I shouldn't. I knew that I couldn't. It's a moment in life that I knew I would've get twice. Maybe the one to ruin the surprise. Cause I knew when I would arise. That's when everyone's paying the price. And never to break the ice. That's one day all compromise. It's like the time I tried to justify why they couldn't realize. I guess I could just sympathize, but that would be very unwise. I might just give them advice and tell them right in front of my eyes. Cause on the inside, I know they're wearing a different disguise. But that is for them to decide. They might tell themselves a few lies, but no mean to take time to apologize to anyone who thought it would not survive. I know I may have not thrived, but I know this spark is still alive. But if it dies, it just might be my own demise. Like rolling the dice, you might just have to improvise. And I don't mind be the one that y'all need to terrorize. Cause I took a leap of faith, had to take time to address the fake. Even while I'm in the race, I feel like I'm the driver of my fame. Only one solution, it's better be the case. No conclusion with no time or place, cause nobody's keeping up the pace. I feel illusion, better keep it space. Before you fall off the race, I don't need your praise. I see confusion, just looking at your face. The next time decide to take a leap of faith, decide it was best to ignore the faith. On the best, get a chance to build a path and be the blaze to a trail. I might just give them hell. I see a bunch of y'all running coattails. I don't exactly know what I'm up against, so I touch the wall. I feel I might just have to learn to run before I crawl, before I fall. Hop the cannon, hop the bridge, hop the ledge, hop the tower. Please bring me power. I may just fall for an hour, maybe a year, but I don't care. I see my dreams crystal clear, and if you don't, there's no to the path we chose. And if you do, just know we're gonna see each other equally. We both fall the same rate, no matter way. Just jump when you wanna take a leap of faith.
I was in there was a whole trance when I was coming up with a few of these beats. There's just a huge trance. This one obviously being one of the biggest. Like I said, this was actually a freestyle beat that I used as the beat for this. And this is the song I would like to say the rent was due, and I needed to write this song. Mind you, this entire from like here up, this entire thing down right here took 20 minutes. I was so, if you guys have ever been on a run and you guys have ever had runner's high, all the endorphins are running high. That was kind of the mode that I was in here. I was just like, I was writing this and it was going pretty crazy. This one took a little bit of time. I got to here initially and I was like, man, I don't know where to go with this. This I kind of knew, but this one took a little bit of time. But this entire thing took like 20 minutes. It was something special when I was going. I didn't finish all of it. I got to here. This came after because I also didn't know how to finish that. I knew I needed 4 more bars, but basically everything up 20 minutes. So pretty fun. I like A Leap of Faith a lot. Sometimes I listen to it when I need that little okay. Nationers, we head into song number 12. This one's probably the most different sounding. I actually had 3 different beats that I was going to write this song onto. 3 different beats. But this was the one that I chose. Well, actually, let me share with you guys what those beats sounded like. So the first beat sounded a little like this. It sounded like this, Nation. This is actually a Jaden Smith beat. I do like the beat. It's not great, but the second beat was actually this.
Could you play that song for me?
Okay, right? So that was the second Beat Nation, a little different. This one, this beat definitely takes a different turn, and you'll see why here in a second. Song number 12, Talk is Cheap. As you can tell.
You may hide and retreat. Just know your scars ain't deep. Like your parents told you to go to sleep right under your sheets. Is this making ends meet? Like a quota, I can get it for free. Better think coming at me, cause your talk is cheap. Your talk is cheap. Who runs the streets? Who runs your mind when you think of me? Who runs your thoughts behind the screen? I'm not dumb, check your battery. My needs are gonna recharge, cause there's a suspect at large. I sense the urge to be heard, but your words do not hurt. You may hide and retreat. Just know your scars ain't deep. Like your parents told you to go to sleep right under your sheets. Is this making ends meet? Like a quota, I can get it for free. Better think coming at me, cause your talk is cheap. Do you walk these streets? Do you run a mile? Do you take a second and think for a while? Do you ever think to smile? Or do you think about the next profile? Do you think of me? Do you think of me? Do you? You may hide and retreat. Just know your scars ain't deep. Like your parents told you to go to sleep right under your sheets. Is this making ends meet? Like a quota, I can get it for free. Better think coming at me, cause your talk is cheap.
Obviously a little bit more of a singy-songy type of song, right? A way different than the other beats, by the way. Way different. This is also funny because Hit or Miss also had 3 different beats. Let me share with you guys the first and the second beats here. Hit or Miss. This one, think about it like the first part of it is like the hit. The second part is the miss. I also reference it in Devil's Advocate. I may hit but still miss. That's precisely right. I reference a lot of my songs, like even Rock Bottom in Left on Red. So there's definitely a good amount of references, but definitely this is beat number 1 for Hit or Miss, by the way, Nationers. Right. So that was beat number 1. Still had no idea how to write that. Beat number 2 was this.
Could you play that song for me?
This one's actually kind of fun. This is an old beat.
Favorite song.
I can play it for you, Drew, cause it's your favorite boo. But who is coming like water down, be stew? Someone must have turned me to a killer, now I do kung fu. Hungry so I get my very own tofu. You know what it's like to play me? It's okay, I understand it won't pay me. To pay you, I can't even make it 3. Just another reason for you to hate me. So I think I wrote that lyric around the same time I was writing the Broke Boy Giz diss, because that lyric is the same one in the Broke Boy Giz. But Nations, this is the official Hit or Miss beat here. Way better than the other two. Way, way better. Never settle, Nationers. Never settle. I also thought about starting at 25 seconds, but that's a fun little, it's a fun little quirk about this, you know? Days left by myself.
I feel as if I'm made for success. I don't know if I could do it without a test. Cause as a testimony to story, as if everything that brought me down is every reason I rock this crown. My name is about to rock this town. My story is another reason I am off the ground. It all happened in small amounts. Don't think of the shame I had to overcome. Was it something I had to think about? I knew if I fed it out, I'll be retired now. I just had to find out how to make it work. Had to cut things off so the success comes first. 2020 came in a struggle to find my worth. I struggle to find my urge. Hustle the bridge, two roads together just to diverge. How could things get worse? Distracted by the possibility that outcome wasn't going to work. So I go to work after the third time being too damn hurt. So it's time to learn how to put me first. Or would you take a second to see how the tables have turned? We used to play out in the rain. Your mama scolded us. She said that we were brave. She said I wander around with a map, and I still feel lost. Doubt in my eyes, yet I still feel cross. Maybe I should just go and watch Drake and Josh. 30 minutes feels like nothing when you lose your watch. But doing that time after time adds up quick. Now look what happened to all the dreams you so wished. Another opportunity that I just missed. Back to the same old that I must miss. Did I even check for the light was green or just for the car right in front of me? The unoriginality of being me is creeping up on me. Might as well take a hike in a place without a street. The copycat in me is irreplaceable. Put me in a bait and I might just say the same thing the other person said. No room for conversation, no room for confrontation. Only room for contemplation, only room for complication. Like a flight that never took off, just hope I land when I take off. But since that never happened, I might just take another day off. Can you remember the pain when you were on the ground, crying about it now? I will remember it again and again when I feel down, smiling about it now. Can you remember that?
I don't know. I can't sing that loud, that high. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff even down here. The little notes and writing of whatnot. Yeah. It was, this was one of my favorite songs to record. I recorded this at like 3 a.m. in February of 2023. Very early. Very, very, very early. Again, March 2022. I wrote a lot of these songs in 2022. The sample, oh, I love the sample. Remember the Rain? I didn't actually realize like that this sample, or not the sample, but the song was actually really big back in the day. And I think the song is very like, it kind of embodies the song, because like obviously the first verse is the hit part. Like, I feel as if I'm made for success. I don't know if I could do it without a test, because as a testimony to the story, it's everything that brought me down, is every reason I rock this crown. My name is about to rock this town, right? But then the second part, the miss part, I wander around with a map and I still feel lost. Dot in my eyes, yet I still feel cross. You know, dot my I's, cross my T's. Like, that's a little reference to that. You know, kind of spending time hoping and wishing, but never actually putting forth the effort to do it. And you talk about it, 30 minutes feels like nothing when you lose your watch, but doing that time after time adds up quick. Now look at what happened to the dreams you so wished. You know, this song is very introspective into the what do you call it? The mind of me when I was creating this song, like very much so. Especially 30, like, I was watching like Modern Family all the time, like every night, and I was realizing how much like the time was just passing me. And it wasn't until even now doing 75 Hard, 3 years later, 2-3 years later, and realizing that, I'd actually lived this. I wrote about it before I lived it, and then I lived it, and now I understood it more. And then also I like this one, only complication, like a flight that never took off, just hope I land when I take off, but since I never happened, I might just take another day off. That's like, that embodies the entire song as a whole. Complications with flights, right? Like a flight that never took off, just hope I land when I take off, taking off as like a career, right? When I take off, but since I never happened, I might just take another day off, right? Not actually putting forth the effort to be better and to change the habits that you have. And, it'll happen one day, right? But if you don't put the work and you take another day off, it's never going to happen. And this entire song means a lot to me. Hopefully it does for you, whether that's you and your guys' career, other things that you guys are looking forward to in life. It's one of my favorites. One of my favorites on the album, of course. Nationers, song number 14. Guys, we are heading into song number 14, guys. Against the Clock. These final 4 songs, this might be one of my favorite 4 songs in a row. Okay. By the way, Mick on Jared, you should do a room tour. Well, right here is my desk. Back there is Sal. That's my wall. I have a bed behind me. I have a wheel behind me as well. Yeah, absolutely. And you think about it, and like this December, especially coming into 75 Hard. Like I did a lot this month. In December, I got everything done for the 72-hour live stream. Right, obviously being a mother, following your goals. You're balancing 2 different things: your aspirations, your child's aspiration, actually raising him. And in December, getting stuff done for Run PNW and that challenge and doing side work like that, getting everything done for the 72-hour live stream, streaming for the first half of the month. My great grandmother died, so we went to a funeral last week after Christmas. I had the 17th, me and my mom went to a basketball game. So, you're taking up days to kind of do stuff. But even the 17th, I recorded 3 songs on the 17th. I was like, I have time. I'm not streaming. Like, let's just get it done. And so you're realizing that, like, man, I really want to reach my full potential. And I was even thinking, like, okay, after the 72-hour live stream, what happens, right? And I hope that hit or miss for you, D-Mac, even just kind of puts a lot of that into perspective of just like, hey, like, even myself, I don't have a kid, but I still struggle with things very similarly, and I hope that you can realize, I hope that relates to you in that way. Nationers, Against the Clock. This one's a banger, guys. This one's a banger. Talk about the rent is due. The second verse, by the way.
I feel like my time is coming up. Feel like I need to trust my gut. I might get cut from a diamond, but no one keeping me silent. I may make the noise cause I have no choice. Eyes glare with the fingers point. Caring about someone should avoid. Scared to run cause you're paranoid. It's hard to run you against your clock. But the man you make it to the top. You could easy fall just like a stock. And let me tell you, it's a scary drop. Let me tell you, it's a scary drop. I may have to manage my vices. Maybe I'll kill them with kindness, or might drive them to a crisis. But they come in all different shapes and sizes. So square up a gas circle like a vulture. This is what it's like to be the culture. Make the clay and I build the sculpture and I sell the dough. Cause I told you. I told you I was coming up. But not one time did it feel like you set enough. Paper chase, you gotta try to get a cut. I didn't want man, but the damage is done. Now God's a stage of a natural mission. Anyone who can make simple decisions. I trust you when they're with it with the fact of fiction. They've been saying I'm a man, I'm a mission. Wonder what they were missing. Got them in the past, reminiscing. If they had one to remember this, man, then rapping from within with the laughs of my free gym membership. Anybody who ain't taking my oxygen, not even at how to conditions. I'll go the distance. I don't hold opinions. I'll change the nation. I am also driven. Like of an addiction, no prescription. Rip the script, cause nothing's written. I treat everything like a competition, and they wonder why I am always winning. They wonder why I am always winning. Give me a second to get my bread back, cause of all of this chit chat. Make it a ledge, you gotta take a step back. Lose the way to get a kickback, no time to react, just laugh. When you get trapped inside of this rap, in the second position on this big graph, you grab his suspicion as years pass. But the time isn't on your side, just know that the money is on mine. Cause time is money and I'm wrapped in paper like a mummy and I won't share. When the nose is running, get the water cause the flow is rusty. And then buy a loan just to throw some money. Feed the bank like I know you're hungry and take a joke like Joe's your mummy. I never put myself in a dire situation, I don't need help but the fire's blazing. What else? We depart the conversation. I may be a freshman but I'm ready for graduation like a congratulations. Do you hear what I'm saying? Do you add here like, are you staying the statement made here today? It's one that got you in disarray. Got you saying like this the way? Heard it before it came history. Became another one of those unsolved mysteries. So when the slopes get slippery, just know that's when I claim victory. You can't say because of injury, it's caused by self-inflicted misery.
You guys could not hear me. You guys could not hear me there. Yeah, Against the Clock, obviously little braggadocious, a little fast. That second verse, by the way, actually, let me pop this back up. The second verse from here, I may have to manage my vices, maybe I'll kill them with kindness or might drive them to a crisis, but they come in all different shapes and sizes. That's talking about sex addiction, by the way. That's talking about women and hooking up, right? Like that's exactly what I'm talking about, real life experience, right? I may have to manage my vices, maybe I'll kill them with kindness, but I might drive them to a crisis, but they come in all different shapes and sizes, right? Talking about that, right? But then also all of this, by the way, Nationers, all of this, if you see the Ableton music, like the Ableton vocal thread, this was all, not one take, like I did, not the first take, but it was all in one take, by the way. This was all in one take. It was absolutely crazy. And I really wanted it to be one take. It definitely sounds like I have trouble even doing this part from that. Now I got a license, stay driven out from a mission who can't make any decision. I trust my intuition, whether it was fact or fiction, they'll be saying I'm a man on a mission. I needed my breath. I couldn't get it. I was like, my breath. It's bad. So with that being said, by the way, Daniel, I can't wait for the album to come out. Thank you so much. I was hoping that it would be out today, actually. Unfortunately, it's not, by the way. First in my bloodline to hear this masterpiece. You're going to have to put on your kid whenever you have one, Junior. You're going to be like, this was the album that the inflection point in my life. I hope this album kind of gives you a little introspection again, kind of an insight into me, into who I was, things that I was doing. And, again, nobody's actually been able to put together not just the meaning of the album, but just the sequencing and how this album kind of looks as a whole. I mentioned it to like a few people, but obviously they're not here. Not like nation related, but just like friends and family of mine. Yeah, I'm going to try and find the idiom. You should. Because obviously everything is a saying because the album's called Idioms and whatnot. I'm not this type of word smart. I'll make sure that this is a classic to my grandkids. This is going to be like the Thriller, the Michael Jackson Thriller of the 2020s. Anywho, Nationers, guys, I know I say every song is my favorite. I hope you understand that every song is my favorite. But Daniel, I really love the New Year's resolution to try to hit 1K on YouTube this year. I love that. I love that. Nationers, word of mouth. Let's get into it. Oh, this little.
I just like the sound.
This one's got a crazy like story to it. You might find out from the song's lyrics.
I'm a freak and I speak for the pity in the world. When you geek for the Greek and the sorority girls. Claim victory when you step for the mastery. Give my mind, can I redefine gravity? Don't come at me. This is what happens when you try to combat me. Thought you were passing with the fine shots at me. But I contacted the clients on at me. When a rhyme or reason, this is my season. A sense in May, have a falling out. Fences are high, but we in the same region. Friends all they hear via word of mouth. Now with a porch in my barren house. I open the door and he search my house. That's my wife that you want to browse. You might as well already be my second spouse. What up, in my mind, I get control. I'm a kamikaze speaking Espanol. I buy one way ticket to a place, I get a socket, then they hit me in the face. Like a bad rap karate, I'm the only one that knows how to fly the plane. But you live in Spain, but I take away the ass. Pile the blame, stop caressing her breast and pulling the chain that touching my chest. I already have you choking on the mic. Laugh sick of the joke and I take it a stride. Overdose and brakes in my brand new ride. You're still sick of the wheels of a broken bike. Only cause I'm flexing the ones I imagine. The only girls I'm texting the ones with an accent. I don't need a mansion, I'm happy cause I follow my passion. Now we hit them with the lights coming. I already know that you can't compete. You're forever one just like a sheep. And I still need a light like just to sleep. Like candy see the street light is green. You bought some cloth that I think it's high fashion. Eat it black in my mouth in my cabin. Apartment to perch on coupons or a sea. While I kick up on the foot in the front of my love seat. With no rhyme or reason. This is my season, a sense of May. Have a falling now. Fences are high, but we innocent region. Friends all they hear are via word of mouth. Now with a porch in my very own house. I open the door and he searched my house. And that's my wife that you want to browse. Come on then, go to town. I'm not bitter, you can't pay your rent. But when you take my breath, my money's spent. Cause time is money and I know it's funny. You gotta put a house of rest when the place to rest. Like you're sleeping on the ground like a lifeless car. Cause the difference between me and you is when I'm spinning like nothing is written. You again bent all the shape. See if it need to sing along to stay with the pace. But as you go back and read every single lyric, you realize it's nothing more than a simple rubber race. And now I'm the turtle, now you're saving grace.
I just like the sound.
Is this crime or treason, this life I'm living? We are for the part, no sense of doubt. The fence are low and I ain't trying to keep it. Enemies only hearing it within the crowd. Now near me without a sound. When you pan on my driver's side door, now this a kick, not ignore anymore. You remember before, so in my coat. This is what I do and try even to score. Or what? Cause it's stuck in a rut. Dirt on name, try spread them up. Who's else's life on the tread, on the tie 'em up. Where my end you end up? Under a truck, I get a place you can crash. I get space in a king match wrist where I might have to bury the hatchet. Under the casket made out of wood. Guess you could call this your deathbed.
This one's got the crazy. This is like a movie script. So I wrote this song with the intention that there are two different people in this song. Not singing, but think about Natures that there is the lustful Jared, right? I'm a freak and I speak for the pity in the world while you a geek for the Greek and the sorority girls. So you have gamer Jared and then maybe I would say frat boy Jared just to put that in, right? So gamer, geek, frat boy Jared, right? That's obviously very juxtaposed, right? I mean, obviously, yeah, you could be both, but like think about it like that. Think about it like a movie. You got the nerd and you got the jock, okay? You got nerd and jock Jared. And this song is from the perspective of both of them, but you don't know if you listen to the song as a jock, you will understand the song differently as if you listen to it as the nerd. If that, hopefully that makes sense. So if you listen to it with the perspective of a jock, then that. If you listen to a perspective of the nerd Jared, then you will get a different perspective, especially in lines. Mind you, change this lyric, as you can see, that I buy one way ticket to a place in Nagasaki. I was, or not that one. Yeah, I took off then. It's like a kamikaze speaking Espanol. I just basically took off the front of that. I could not, when I was recording this, I could not say it. Like I was like, oh my gosh, like it just sounds like a mumbled. Like also this verse in particular, especially like the only cause I'm flexing are ones I imagine. The only cause I'm texting are ones with an accent. So in theory, if you think about it from jock, the only cause I'm flexing are ones I imagine. Like like I'm flexing the next car that I'm about to buy, and the only cause I'm texting are ones with an action. Like yeah, I'm going overseas to go like, talk to like a supermodel, right? But if you talk about it in the terms of the nerd Jared, the only cause I'm flexing are ones I imagine, the ones that I'm dreaming about, or the ones that I'm playing game, whatever. But then this one, the only cause I'm texting are ones with an action. I drive a Hyundai Accent. The double entendre there is the only cause I'm texting are ones with an accent. She drives the same car as me, right? She doesn't actually have a physical accent. She has an accent as a car, right? Again, double entendre with the only cause I'm flexing are ones I imagine, the cause I'm texting are ones with an accent. The car, right, that I'm imagining. You know what I'm saying? By the way, I mean Blue League, again, the things are... The people have spoken. They want me in mod. Was the vote a 3-2, right? The polls are merely merely suggestions. Again, I didn't have to mod Junior. I also didn't have to get rid of Junior. Again, but I listened to your request to get rid of Junior's mod after 10 minutes. I did not have to listen to it. So, because I can't make everyone damn mod, Nationers. I can't make everyone damn mod. I can't have just a bunch of greens in chat, guys. But then also talking about this, when you're talking about in the second in the chorus here, right? I open the door and you search my house, and that's my wife that you want to browse. You might as well already be my second spouse. If you think about it in the terms of that, I'm the same person. I'm not battling anyone else. I'm battling myself. It really comes together in the second chorus here with no rhyme or reason. This is my season. Since we may have fallen out, blah, blah, blah. Open the door and you search my house, and that's my wife that you want to browse. You come to senses, right? Come on then, go to town, right? Because that would already be my wife, right? That would already be my wife that I would be trying to be with, right? And then this, like, I'm not bitter, you can't pay your rent. This is talking about, like, one is trying to beat the other. One is trying to overcome the other, right? You're sleeping on the ground like a lifeless carcass. The difference between you and you is when I'm spit, like nothing's written, you're getting bent all to shape. And then, yeah, the crime of treason, all of this. Like, I'm trying to beat my inner demons in this song. It may not seem like that on the surface, but that is the reason for it. Nationers, we need to head into song number 16, though. Achilles heel. I spelled it wrong here again. I keep spelling Achilles heel wrong. I keep spelling it with an I-E-S at the very end when there's no double I there. By the way, we have 2 hours and 10 minutes left until 72 hours. Oh my goodness. Nationers, Achilles heel. I think you guys might like the song. I hope this song makes D-Mac, in terms of the finding, this song should be a big indication. I'll at least say that. I'll give you that. But song number 16, Achilles heel, Nationers. I need to mute and shut the mic off.
I know if I share my secrets, there's a chance you might run and keep them, and I might ask for them back when I need them. But it's only getting harder to reach them. Never felt more grounded, thing under the dirt, till I thought everything that is contained in this verse. I'm mesmerized by your worth. Losing you, there was nothing worse. Consider everything I ever written. Understood that I could sometimes be dismissive. Loving you and giving you kisses. There was nothing more I ever wanted to witness. Been feeling broken down, torn and abused. Wonder why it's so hard to open a wound. So I rise today to tell the truth, and you'll see what it's like to walk in my shoes. I know if I share my secrets, there's a chance you might run and keep them, and I might ask for them back when I need them. But it's only getting harder to reach them. Got 1,000 miles under me, a million more on travel. Popped every bubble to protect me, and Bill is still unravel. I'm sinking my own ship, but maybe should pick with a paddle. Thinking it may be too late, but it's never an uphill battle. Everyone thinks you're on cloud 9, assuming that everything in your life is just fine. Just because I don't post it doesn't mean I don't notice. It's the high fall that makes you feel hopeless. Yeah. I know if I share my secrets, there's a chance you might run to keep them, and I might ask for them back when I need them. But it's only getting harder to reach them. I know. If I share my secrets, there's a chance chance, you might run and keep them.
Nationers, that was Achilles' Heel. Song number 16 on the album, by the way. Why does it sound like I'm crying? That's the intention behind it. That's the intention behind it. When you're talking about, let's at least go through the, I would say chorus. I don't know. It's probably the chorus. I know if I share my secrets, there's a chance you might run and keep them. And I might ask for them back when I need them, but it's only getting harder to reach them. I sat on this for like 4 months and I was like, man, I don't know what to write after this. I don't know what the frick to write after this. The intentionality behind it is that like the end is I'm supposed to be crying because yes, throughout this entire album, as I've gone through, I've shared so many secrets from sex addiction to past relationships to, you know, a doubt as myself in a career. You know what I'm saying? I mean, technically, if you did kill your Achilles. And again, if we're talking about an idiom titled Achilles, you're talking about the thing that's supposed to actually take you down, right? So if I share my secrets, right, you can't use them against me because think about it like there's a saying or there's some sort of storyline, right, that if you de-weaponize someone's argument or you de-weaponize someone coming to attack you in any way maliciously through words and, you know, bullying, right? This is like a classic thing in bullying, right? When you de-weaponize what their attack is, it becomes neutralized because you laugh at it. You know, you just shrug it off. You lose its power, right? So if I share my secrets, which I did throughout this entire album, you know, trying to shed the skin of myself and trying to open up in ways that I had not before, talking about the things as we go through, right? And also talking about a past relationship. One of the big things was been feeling broken down, torn and abused, wonder why so hard to open a wound. So I write today to tell you the truth and you'll see what it's like to walk in my shoes. Because just like a scar, it becomes calloused. You can't continue to open up a scar, right? When you've been feeling broken down, torn and abused, when you have, you know, mentally, physically, emotionally, right? It's hard to express how you feel, right? And this entire album is for that moment, right? And we lead it up and, you know, sharing the secrets again, you know, got 1,000 miles under me, a million more and traveled, right? Like I may have gone this far, but I still have millions more to go. Popped every bubble to protect me and billions still unraveled. Think about bubble wrapped. Pop every bubble to protect me. I basically burned everybody who was there for me, right? I'm sinking my own ship, but maybe I should pick up the paddle, right? Because I'm not doing that. I'm not saving myself, right? But yeah, thinking it may be too late, but it's never an uphill battle, right? And then also everyone thinks that you're on cloud nine. I'm sure nations, you guys, you know, I'm sure, oh, you guys see me, I'm usually pretty happy. I mean, yeah, there's a few times where I'm just like, yeah, today is not the day. But generally, you know, everyone thinks you're on cloud nine, assume everything in your life is just fine. Now, you would ask yourself in this next line, just because I don't post it doesn't mean I don't notice. It's the high fall that makes you feel hopeless. In the world of social media that we live in, everything seems so perfect. Everything seems so glitz and glam. This line here, just because I don't post it doesn't mean I don't notice. I don't need to post everything. I'm the one that does not need to share it because I'm the one that needs to, one, figure it out. I'm the person that needs to understand how I am feeling. I don't need to find that through posting how my vacation was or that I'm on vacation. You know, a pretty perfect paradise that you would be putting yourself in. And then also at the very end when it's, you know, I know if I share my secrets, there's a chance you might run and keep them. So in the terms of this final thing, right? Obviously crying, weeping, you know, you're basically begging, not begging for forgiveness, but think about it like that, you know? But then there's a chance you might run. And then when it turns, it's no longer crying and keep them. I'm telling somebody to keep them because what you are doing doesn't hurt me anymore, right? If that makes sense. And DMAC, biggest lesson I love that I learned growing up is that deadass don't need to post everything. Exactly. And I think like with this, like I wasn't posting that like, oh, I'm making a song, I'm making an album. Like, yeah, I made posts about it in past years, but I wanted everything to be working in silence and for the end product to show itself and show the work and the hard effort that got put into this album, other projects, the 72-hour live stream. You know, I hope that you guys realize, you know, the work, and not hope that you realize, but hope that you can see the work that went into it. So with that being said, Nationers, we're going into our final song of the album. Is that crazy to say? We're going into our final song of the album, Nationers. The final song. This is so sad, guys. But also, this has a saying, has a meaning. I think you guys will like this this final song here, Nationers. Final song, number 17 on the album, Idioms, titled Yours Truly.
Yours truly, you're the one who tried to fool me. Feel like you knew me, so I invited you to my movie. Subscribe, but you need to renew me. But you keep trying to shoot me like I'm the son of Bruce Lee. That is when you lose me. Then I retire like I'm Drew Brees. I write this on the loose leaf. In the night, you had to leave, but my rides only got 2 seats. What are you gonna do when I throw up the peace signs? I need to rewind, cause I do it in my free time. But it's time to decide not to reply. I need to recite something I saw it ringside. Now it's time for you to resign, cause you're on the decline. I didn't vibe, but still your access was a 9. Never careless about to recline, cause I'm yours truly. You're the one who tried to fool me. Feel like you knew me, so I invited you to my movie. Subscribe, but you need to renew me. But you keep trying to shoot me like I'm the son of Bruce Lee. That is when you lose me. Then I decided to switch it up. Felt I developed a hiccup. This peasant need to wake up. For the world need to shake up. Never could have settled or repentance instead of a laced up. So bit the foundation just like makeup. Now everyone's heartbroken after the breakup, cause they were the Kit Kat to bring all the chit chat. Say what I quit track, better get my fresh like a tic tac. I write yours truly. You're the one who tried to fool me. Feel like you knew me, so I invited you to my movie. Subscribe, but you need to renew me. But you keep trying to shoot me like I'm the son of Bruce Lee. That is when you lose me. I am on an adventure up the mountain, but there was no pressure. It drums, a tech for the sensor. I get in the video ready to render. Just I'm in the vibe and I'm ready to weather. Don't have to tell me something, let's get it together. Cause I'm a director, not a professor, but it counted on me giving you a lecture. It's been yours truly, it's been a pleasure to be a #1 contender, and I will never surrender to anyone who don't know better to burst their temper. Who gonna consider the words from the mouth? Cause we gonna have a falling out just like dentures. Then I put it to a retirement center, so good to think about the things that they won't remember. Yours truly, you're the one who tried to fool me. Feel like you knew me, so I invited you to my movie. Subscribe, but you need to renew me. But you keep trying to shoot me like I'm the son of Bruce Lee. That is when you lose me. My signature is poetic justice, while others be rockers or crutches. I sit a hello in a star room like this. The furthest thing from dodges and punches. No countdown, just time ticking. Got a car and the brakes are stuck. But when I walk by the post alone, I feel like I am in a rush. Cause I got something y'all need to listen. I'm just another person with a vision. I say I'm a man with a mission, but I still remain more driven. I must remember that nothing's given. This is why I'm in my position. I caught my very own traditions. I may have not drowned, but I still was swimming. To all of those who tried to fool me, to all of those who I thought knew me, to all of those invited to my movie, to all of those who tried to renew me, to all of those who tried to use me, to all of those who retired like Drew Brees, to all of those who had to leave, it's been yours truly.
And that is how you end off an album, Nationers. It's how you end off an album here. Yours truly. Yours truly. That's how I write my emails now. I just say yours truly, Jared. Now, obviously, you see this here, Jared. I wasn't too sure if I wanted to put Jared here. So I recorded one with and without. Every time that I recorded it without, it sounded way better because the name itself, the entire album speaks for itself. And I think that this is a great way to end off this album. You know, talking about leaving track, trying to figure out what I'm trying to do. I mean, obviously here, never consider the repentance and state of it laced up. You know, everyone's heartbroken after the breakup because they were the Kit Kat. They're bringing the chit chat, saying what a quit chat, better give them fresh like a tic tac. Like I'm giving you something fresh, you know, content, all of that. Obviously down here, you know, eardrums and take to the sensor. I got in a video ready to render. Just I'm in an environment I'm ready to weather. Don't have to someone to get it together because I'm a director, not a professor, but account of me giving you a lecture. It's been yours truly. It's been a pleasure. I always love this. And I will never surrender to anyone who don't know better to burst a temper. And who are going to consider the words from the mouth? Because we're going to have a falling out just like dentures. Then I put her to a retirement center. So we're going to think about the things that they won't remember. Sorry, my throat hurts. I love this song, man. I love this song. I also, so again, obviously this entire album is kind of about shedding that skin, shedding that, the old me in a way. And obviously this is no different. The song is no different of just like leaving things in the past, things that are, you can't change, right? You have to live and you basically, you come to terms with them. And I think that this entire album is that for me. One, because this entire album was way longer than I would have thought. I planned on releasing this album back in 2023, Nationers. And I just never worked on it. I worked on, again, the handful of songs, like all the songs that you heard, like Early Bird, No Comment, all the songs that have actually been released were songs that have actually already finished, like I'd finished way back in early 2023. That's why when Nationers came out, that's why when Early Bird, last year, or this year, yeah. No, Early Bird was this year. Hit or Miss was last year. So even things with that and whatnot, Nationers, there was, you're just like, man, like I still want to finish this project. And so I just said, okay, December 24th, we'll get it done before the 72-hour live stream. Here's what I need to do. We need to lock in. And we locked in, Nationers. We were locked in. I finished 8 songs. How many songs? So I had Early Bird, Nationers, No Comment, Hit or Miss, A Leap of Faith. So that's 5 songs. Then I had recorded Achilles Heel. I had recorded Yours Truly. I actually re-recorded Yours Truly, so I'm going to not count that because I re-recorded this entire song, actually. So that's 6 right there. Then I had, what other songs did I have? I had Talk is Cheap, so that's 7. 7 songs done. Yeah, I had 7 songs done. So I need to record 10 songs this month. And like some days were 2 songs a day. Some songs were 3 songs a day. Like we just grinded, Nationers, to finish this album. And Nationers, I hope that you guys get to enjoy this. I still need to get the samples cleared for Amateur Hour. What was your guys' favorite song? If you guys listen to every song, what was your guys' favorite song on this album? Obviously, Nationers, a very fun album. I very much enjoyed recording it, putting this all together. It's all mixed by myself, so it's not perfect, of course. I'm still very amateur in that way, but as a whole, how do I get rid of this? Sidebar? There we go. Hide and show sidebar. But what was your guys' favorite song? Let me actually go here so you guys can see all the song names. Well, maybe it's kind of hard. But it starts off with Jack of All Trades. Then the song number 2, Amateur Hour. Then Rock Bottom. Song number 4, Early Bird, a single of the album, Devil's Advocate. Song number 6, Left on Red, Yesterday's News, Nationers, and No Comment. Then we head into the back half here. Humble Beginnings, number 11, A Leap of Faith, one of my favorite songs, by the way. Number 12, Talk is Cheap. Number 13, Hit or Miss. Number 14, Against the Clock, Word of Mouth. Achilles Heel at song number 16, and Yours Truly at number 17. I'd love to know you guys' favorite song, if you guys did get to listen to all of them, or if, the songs that you did listen to, what those might be. But yeah, obviously all of these modified right before Christmas and whatnot. Got all of these songs nice and uploaded as I was uploading the album that night. It was, oh man, we were grinding, Nationers. We were grinding getting this album done. I said that, I wanted to give it a week so I could upload to Spotify, but apparently song number 2 has some samplings to get cleared, so I need to clear those and whatnot. But other than that, Nationers, so great to see you guys in here. Obviously, we have 2 more hours, a little less than 2 hours to go.